Hi everyone, delonewolf here and welcome back to the Sunday Recap, my weekly vlog where I talk a bit about my last week in games. As always, we will start with EVE Online. I've had another maintenance week in EVE Online and I did keep an eye on the drama that's unfolding. You guys probably saw my rant during EVE Talk about the Retriever pack, where basically CCP is selling fully fit Retriever at this point, which I think is a very bad idea. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I do want to mention a point as well that I forgot in my rant during EVE Talk. That is that, making this choice of actually directly selling stuff, selling power to the players will also cast a bit of a shadow, a bit of doubt over every step that they're making in the development of the game as well. When the player base will then see that, these are like extra hoops that you're setting into a new mechanic or a part of the game that just makes it harder to do something, right at the back of their mind and my mind as well. I think we will always think, is there another monetization scheme that's going behind this? Are you making the game extra hard and difficult so that it's more attractive to sell stuff directly to the players? Well, we will of course see how all of this develops. I'm still looking forward to FanFest. I hope that CCP can come out with some really cool stuff there that gives us some goals and some stuff to do in EVE Online, but at this point I'm still in maintenance mode. I'm still logging in every day, doing my PI, which is going really well. Prices are up pretty much across the board at this point. Everything that was tied to fuels was already up substantially in the last couple of months, but now everything else is going up as well. And my coolants are selling really well, my mechanical parts are selling really well. So for not too much effort, I am making a decent amount of ISK. The BBC business is doing okay as well, but strangely enough, I'm still not moving a lot of product. So I would say that prices are up, but the volumes that are moved are not up. So I'm not really sure if there's like lower supply and that some people or enough people have given up on producing BPCs in the current industry landscape, and that this is actually creating an opportunity for those that are sticking it out to ask for higher prices but still not get that many sales. That might be what's happening. Well, for me it's all okay, of course. It's a trip that I have to do like every 10 days or so, and then I just set up my new contracts, and what sells, what doesn't, well, we can try later down the line. I am starting to build up an inventory there though, because I'm clearly outproducing what the market can handle, and I'm not gonna go completely crazy with undercutting everything to ridiculously low levels again. If I got better margins, I'm happy to take those better margins. Gameplay wise, it's some more anomaly cleaning stuff that I can do pretty quickly just to get the daily challenges out of the way. Haven't really dabbled into the changes for compression just yet. The first thing that I read about was that there were problems with the seeding of the blueprints and of the skill books. So at this point we've had a delay for everything being introduced into the game, and then there's always a delay, of course, with a bit of a rush for players that just can't wait and are willing to pay ridiculously high prices. So I'll still wait a little bit longer, then I'll probably take a look at getting the skills and fitting the Orca and taking a look at the new compression system, seeing if mining might be back on the menu. With this, it would probably be very cool. I think if you can just compress straight within the Orca, you can keep going for quite a while, which might just be a nice relaxing playstyle when you get something else to do on a different screen. Overall, as I've said, I am pretty disappointed by the step that CCP has taken. Not really sure where all of this is going, but I'm gonna keep a close eye on everything, and of course I will keep you guys up to date on what happens next. That gave me some time to put some more effort into Path of Exile, and there I try to build another character. It's yet another Pathfinder. I do find the defensive layer that you can create there through utility flasks that on proc get you 6% of your life back to be super interesting and super powerful. That is how I like to create a character. A lot of automated systems, and yeah, with the flasks that can basically proc whenever they're full, you can get this very cool system where whenever you get hit, your utility flasks proc, so they are up all the time, and whenever you get hit, you can get healed for like 6% or up to 24%, even 30% if you would go for 5 flasks that are in the right of the right kind, because you do have to have low enough consumption in order to get that proc to heal on every single hit. But you can pretty easily get 3 or 4 of those to work and all of them be beneficial. They basically mean that you've got your resistances capped all the time, lots of benefits just from all of the utility flaws that are proccing. And so I decided on another character that way, but this time focusing even more on defense and trying to, through that defense, get more damage, and that means Righteous Fire, because Righteous Fire does scale with the amount of HP that you have. And so my new character is pretty interesting. I managed to get to like almost 7,000 HP at this point, and I am running with 4 utility flasks that proc on every hit. I'm not there just yet for the amount of extra flask charges gained that I got. I need the final ascension to get there, but I can already tell you guys that this is crazy tanky. This is probably the tankiest character that I've made so far, because if I get to that point, every single hit that I would take would heal me for 24% of the damage, and then every second hit would heal me for an extra 6%, because my damage flask actually procs after 2 hits, which is super powerful. Of course, there's some extra stuff as well, because there's a chance that proccing of the flask doesn't use up charges, so then it'll proc twice, and you get a passive regeneration there as well, which at this point I think is before the bonus of 6 flask charges every 3 seconds, which is then almost doubled if I would get the final ascension. I mean, it is super tanky, but of course with a super tanky character comes the problem of lacking in DPS a little bit, and at this point I basically have come to the conclusion that it could work, but only if I have very specific and very expensive gear. I think I would need a 6-link chest that gives +1 to the amount of curses that I can deploy, so that I can basically reduce the resistances even more for the bosses. That's really expensive. It was like 3 exalts or something like that, which I really don't have. I think I need a much better weapon as well. That would somehow give me way more damage for Righteous Fire, and it is a very difficult mechanic to scale because it is quite unique in how it works, but overall it was a lot of fun building that character and getting it up into yellow maps. I can clearly handle the yellow maps with this character quite easily, and yeah, he is just or she is, I should say, super tanky. We just walk through everything. I'm still spinning to win in order to apply the curse flammability so that they take extra fire damage, but I really hardly see any serious damage to happen to me. And with 7,000 HP, of course, you can even take some of the bigger slams. I can also run the armor aura, so that gives us a lot more defense as well. And with purity of fire and a little bit in the tree, I get to like 82% fire resistance, which I think is pretty damn amazing as well. And then of course it is, I got a couple of those, what are they called? The stuff that you get from Sin, not really sure what they're called at the moment, that basically helps cap poison and dots. So overall, yeah, my character can survive almost any situation by just sitting there. The problem is unfortunately that getting to scale more damage for Righteous Fire would be crazy investment wise. I would need a huge amount of currency that I don't have, and yeah, I'm probably not planning to grind that out. But overall, that was definitely a lot more fun, and yeah, I got this character further than I would normally have, considering how much currency that I did in the end manage to make. And since it's another Pathfinder, I have the flasks ready, so that part of the investment was already done, and I managed to make some pretty decent progress. But getting that to be like red map recap ready would still take basically so much currency, quite a few exalts, that I don't think I'm up to that grind. Actually, at this point, I'm basically looking at maybe another game to play, and I'm kind of interested in Elden Ring at this point, although I've never played a Souls-like game, and it's from what I understand, a super harsh game from that perspective, but perhaps I should give it a try. You know, there's a start for everything. Anyways, that was my last week in games, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.